Supply and demand, part 2. Supply affects price. When supply goes up, price goes down. When supply goes down and there's not much of it, it's very rare, the price goes up. When demand goes up and everybody wants it, the price goes up. When demand goes down and nobody wants that piece of junk, the price drops. We're going to talk more. We're going to go into more microeconomics in this video and show you with the supply and demand curve that general idea. You already know this basic concept of, yeah, I get it. When something's rare, it costs a lot. And when there's a bunch of something, it's easier to buy. And when something's hot, you spend a lot. And when no one wants it, the price is low. We get it. All right. And we went over this already with the supply and demand curve. We went over it with the equilibrium. We showed that when supply and demand meet, that's what determines prices. The business doesn't make up their own price. If they do, they're going to run into problems like we showed in this scenario here where the business is deciding what the price is going to be. And when the business was just making up their own price, a lot of times they were making too much of it and not selling it because the price was too high, or they were making too little of it and they were missing out on sales because they didn't really want to make a lot because they weren't going to make a lot of money off of it. But when you find the equilibrium, there is no surplus, there is no deficit, it fits perfectly. Let's continue that idea. Now, this slide says how many pizza places are in the town of Rocky Mount, Virginia. You can imagine it's Rocky Mount, North Carolina, or you consider your own town. This is your town, wherever you live. Think right now of all the pizza places in your town. I'll give you the names of pizza places in that town, but the general idea is there are a lot of pizza places in the small town of Rocky Mount. There's probably a lot of pizza places in your small town too. I would say that the supply of pizza places is pretty high, and it often gets higher every single day. I got to start the timer. Start the timer. All right. So what do you think? We'll start at 13 minutes. Is that fair? That's fair. Let's open another pizza place. The Giroux Pizza Place. If you're in Virginia, then you probably understand this. But if you're not, just imagine that there's a new pizza place in town. So the supply has gotten even higher. More people. Now, think of yourself real quick. We've increased the supply of pizza. What's going to happen to the price? Yes, good. The price of a pizza will go down. But let's show how that happens in microeconomics. Let's use that with the supply and the demand curve. So there's our equilibrium in this scenario. In this scenario, we'll say that the equilibrium between supply and demand is $10. And that's a general decent price for a pizza. $10 is the price of pizza before they open the new pizza place. Now we open the new pizza place and we have increased the supply. Wait, why are you moving the curve over? Good question. Why am I moving the curve over? I'm showing that the supply is increasing. Now that we have more pizza places, supply is higher. So before, there was one person that was willing to supply a pizza at $5. There was one. So all the pizza places in town, Pizza Hut, Pizza King, Pyramid Pizza, Papa John's, Domino's, all these pizza places, only one was giving you a $5 pizza. That would probably be, Little Caesars. There was only one pizza place before that had it. Now that we opened another pizza place, guess what? The new pizza place or the new pizza places are also willing to sell a pizza at $5. Before, when we had this supply, there was just one. Then we increased the supply, and as we've increased these new pizza places, some of the new pizza places have said, you know what, we'll do a $5 pizza. We're the new guy in town. We've got to try to get some new customers. We're competing against pizza places that have been here for 10, 15 years. They've got commercials on TV. They got big brands. They've sponsored stock cars. How could we ever get our name out there? Well, it's easy. You want to get known. You want to get in the community. You want to convince people to buy your pizza. Sell it to them for a really cheap price. And so here, that's why this curve moved over. The supply of pizza places or pizza has increased. So we're creating more. And so basically before we had one that was going to sell it, but now that we've increased our pizza supplies, we'll notice that we have more people willing to sell at a lower price. We have increased supply, and we have a new equilibrium, right? Where supply and demand meet. That's where we determine price. And as we've increased the supply by creating new pizza places, more people are willing to sell. Now, it works all the way down the line, too. As we increase pizza places, there are more pizza places willing to sell pizzas at $15. There are more pizza places willing to sell 4 pizzas at $10. So it's not just down here. There's more pizza places willing to sell pizzas at $4. That's why we moved the curve. We've increased the supply of pizza. There are more places willing to sell at pizzas at $10, more at $15. That's why it's moved over. Now we ignore this curve. Here is the new equilibrium. And you'll notice as we've increased the supply, what happened to the price? Where is the new equilibrium? The new equilibrium is $5. We have lowered the price from $10 to $5 simply by changing the supply. Supply goes up, price goes down. Open new pizza places in town. And more than likely, with the competition of more pizza places and a higher supply of pizza places, the prices are going to drop. You get it? Let's hammer it in some more. Let's really go after it. Town council writes a new law that says all pizzas must use fresh ingredients. Man, I don't know if I can abide by that law. There are a lot of pizza places that get canned pizza ingredients. They can't do it. And so what's going to happen to those pizza places? They go out of business. If you make me use fresh ingredients, I can't afford to do it. I'm going to go into I'm going to start making cheeseburgers. Or I'm going to shut down. I'm going to sell something else. But the end result of this law is going to be that less pizzas are being made, less pizza places are there. And if there's less pizza places, the supply will go down. So let's mess with the supply curve. You know what direction it's going to go in. So our equilibrium had been moved to 5, but they passed a law that says only fresh ingredients. So now we have less supply. Basically, there's less pizza places willing to sell pizzas. And so now we have what? No one even wants to sell it at 10, but we have some people that'll sell at 15. We'll have some pizza places that'll sell at 20, but it's definitely less than before. Before, at $20, there was probably to say that would be 5, that would be 6. There are 6 pizza places in town that are willing to sell you a $20 pizza, and who wouldn't want to sell you a $20 pizza? That's expensive. That's a lot of money to be made. But now that we've taken away and thrown a ton of those pizza places out of business, there's only a couple of pizza places left. Pizza has become, dare we say it, scarce and rare. And now we have a new equilibrium, and the new equilibrium, as the supply has gone down, guess what's happened to the price? The price has gone up. So you know the general idea of how supply and demand affect price, but now we're going into a real scientific way of explaining it with the supply and demand curve via microeconomics. You get it through supply. Now what about demand? Breaking news! Pizza is healthy! Imagine that. Imagine if we found out pizza was healthy. What would happen? Demand would go up. People like pizza already, but if you found out that pizza was good for you, pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on the bagel, I can eat pizza anytime. That is exactly what would happen if the demand went up. So think about it. Demand goes up. Which curve are we going to move? You know which curve you're going to move. You have some confidence. We're going to move the demand curve, which is the blue one, up. And so we have moved it up. Before, there was only one person that was willing to pay $15 for a pizza. But now that it's healthy, demand has gone up. People really want it. More people are interested in pizza. Now we have 3 people willing to spend $15 on a pizza. If it's $5, we went from 3 to 5 people willing to spend. So clearly you can see now that it's healthy, more people are willing to spend more. Demand goes up, they will spend more. It's healthy. That's what the news told me. So we moved demand up. And by moving the demand curve, we move it over. Why? Because more people are willing to buy it. And as we move it over to show more people are willing to buy, we see that it goes with a new price. Boom. Our new equilibrium is $15. Demand went up. Our price went up. And we've seen that with all kinds of goods. When people found out that almonds are good for you, or they find out that specific coffee is good for you, or they find out that a certain energy drink is good for you, and the demand goes up, and then the price will follow it up. Because where demand meets the supply line, that is the equilibrium, that will determine price. Price is determined not by Red Bull. It's not determined by the consumer. It's by a marriage between Red Bull and the Red Bull drinker meeting together where the supply and demand meet. Pizza's made from humans. Ew. You can imagine what will happen to the sales of pizza if you find out it's made of humans. Supply is going to decline. Before, when pizza was made from pizza, it was $10. Now, there's still some crazy people that are willing to buy pizza. I don't know. But most people are saying, look, I get it's made of humans, but $10, too much for me. So we move it over. Now, you actually No, you won't sell any at $10. You won't sell any. But there is one person. There's always one person. There's one person willing to buy pizza at $5. All right, I don't care. It's got a little bit of brains in it, but for $5, folks, what are we talking about? Literally, new meaning to $5 foot long. You're eating a foot. $5, you're eating toes and toenails. But there's always somebody out there willing to do. Andrew Zimmer doing the crazy foods thing. Human pizza. Why not? The demand has gone down. That's how we show the demand going down. Before, the demand was you had 3 people that were willing to pay $5. I'll give you $5 for a pizza. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't the price because it did not meet up with the supply curve. And you had one guy that was willing to pay $15, but the equilibrium was here. The equilibrium moved down. So supply, or we're talking about demand. Demand went down, price went down. Basics of microeconomics. If you get the general idea of supply and how it affects price and how demand affects price, good. You're good to go for your middle school, high school education. If you really want to prepare yourself for finance or for college, then you really want to become familiar with moving the supply and demand curve around and having some fun with it and playing games. If you run a business, this is definitely the way that you would want to look at. So again, if you buy goods or sell goods, you're really going to need to know this. If you're running a business or if you're simply a consumer, if you purchase things, not just if you run a business, if you buy things, it would behoove you, it would be good for you to understand, well, how did the price go? Why is the price low? Why is the price up? Why is the price up? Why is the price down? If you understand these rules, you can be a good consumer and you can save money because you can start to predict what prices will be in the future. If you realize that, I think the supply of tomatoes is going to go up in the future, then I might wait to buy the price. If you feel like, hey man, I really like those shoes, and I know other people are kind of tired of them, but I don't care. I'm still going to like them. Well, I just wait a little bit. I wait for the demand for a specific pair of shoes to drop, and then I jump in and I buy them. And I don't care if no one else likes them. Like maybe, so in terms of phones, some of you guys do this. I think we're on like iPhone 17 right now. I don't know which one we're on. But you may realize like, look, man, nobody wants an iPhone 7 anymore. The demand for that has dropped. I'll just buy that one. It's fine. I'll find the iPhone. It's still an iPhone. It still does the job. I'll buy the one that's less popular and I'll save a couple bucks. If you understand how supply and demand affect price, you can predict what the market will do. You can make predictions on pricing and say and decide what is the best purchase on that given day. Maybe you need to wait. Maybe you realize that, whoa, man, the supply of this good is about to drop. I need to buy a bunch of it now. If I buy it now, man, you find out like, oh man, the truck that delivers wrap snacks blew a tire and broke down in Atlanta. There's about to be a shortage on wrap snacks with a dab of ranch. You better buy them now because tomorrow the supply will drop and the price will go up. So if you buy them now at the regular price, you're good to go. But if you buy them tomorrow or the day after when the truck can't get there and deliver new wrap snacks with the dab of ranch, the price is going to have to go up because the supply of them is down. They are rare. They are scarce. So if you can make these predictions and you understand what's going to happen, you can make better purchases. It'll not only just help you as a consumer, but definitely get you in the direction of making money and becoming a better citizen, a better businessman. So then you can take care of yourself. And if you can take care of yourself, then you can take care of your family. And once you can take care of your family by making better business decisions and economic decisions, then you can take care of your community. That's how it works. That's why these things are so important. Understanding business and buying and selling goods directly impacts you. And I know that sounds selfish, like, oh, well, all this guy wants to do is talk about selfish and money and greed. I hate social studies. It's okay to be selfish because if you take care of yourself, then you put yourself in a position where you can take care of your family. And once you take care of your family, then you and your family can spread out and take care of your community. That's how you build a strong nation. But it starts with self and self-responsibility. You can call it greed or you can call it self-responsibility. And understanding this is very, very, very important to being a responsible citizen. Otherwise, you're wasting your money, you're blowing your money, you're digging yourself in a hole. You can never take care of yourself, you can never take care of your family, and you'll never help your community. Hit it!